Saudi Arabia is betting its future air defense on Chinese-made laser weapons. They want to shield their oil fields, military installations, and vital infrastructure from the growing drone threat. But this bold experiment has revealed a brutal truth. Futuristic weapons don't always work in real-world warfare. This is the full story of how Riyadh stepped into the future and what the world has learned from their daring gamble. Modern warfare in the Middle East has changed dramatically. What was once dominated by ballistic missiles and fighter jets is now shaped by drones, cheap, lethal, and highly versatile. Drones can be launched from thousands of kilometers away, evade radar systems, and carry enough explosives to cripple critical infrastructure. The most shocking demonstration of this shift came in September 2019, when a massive drone attack crippled Saudi Aramco's oil facilities at Abqaiq and Kharais. In mere hours, global oil production was shaken, prices skyrocketed, and Saudi Arabia realized the harsh truth: the world's most expensive air defense systems had failed. Patriot and THAAD systems, designed to stop ballistic missiles, were never intended to counter small, low-flying drones. That attack was a wake-up call. Riyadh knew it needed a new approach. Expensive missiles couldn't be used to shoot down cheap drones built in workshops or smuggled in from conflict zones. As Western suppliers struggled to offer an affordable, effective anti-drone solution, China seized the moment. Beijing offered the Sky Shield integrated counter-drone system, marketed as a high-tech package capable of neutralizing drone swarms. This system sounded like something straight out of science fiction. 3D TWR radar capable of detecting threats far beyond visual range, a 360-degree anti-drone radar vehicle for continuous coverage without rotation, 2 JN1101 jammer trucks to disrupt drone communication and blind them mid-flight, and the star of the show, the Silent Hunter high-energy laser, marketed as being able to slice drones out of the sky like a hot knife through butter at nearly zero cost per shot. China pitched Silent Hunter as a game-changer. No costly missiles, no physical ammunition, just pure energy capable of destroying drones at the speed of light. Frustrated with the failures of Western systems, Saudi Arabia decided to take this gamble. When Saudi Arabia first tested Silent Hunter in controlled military facilities, the results were stunning. Perfect weather, stationary drone targets, and ideal conditions made the system look unbeatable. Drone after drone was burned out of the sky with pinpoint accuracy. Officials in Riyadh were impressed. Silent Hunter seemed like the answer to all their problems. Promotional videos and glowing reports reinforced the perception that Sky Shield was ready to become the backbone of Saudi air defense. But the battlefield is never like the brochure. Once deployed to protect vital installations, Silent Hunter's weaknesses became obvious. A Saudi officer involved in a program revealed a shocking truth. It often took 15 to 30 minutes of continuous laser fire to destroy a single drone. In drone warfare, half an hour is enough time for a hostile drone to destroy an oil refinery or airbase. Against a swarm attack, this performance gap was catastrophic. Worse, the Saudi desert became the laser's worst enemy. Sandstorms scattered and weakened the laser beam, reducing its lethality. Dust clogged optical sensors, making it difficult to maintain a lock. Extreme heat forced the system to divert energy for cooling instead of firing. Optics wore down quickly, driving up maintenance costs and downtime. Uneven terrain limited line-of-sight targeting, crippling the laser's effectiveness. Silent Hunter, once marketed as a futuristic marvel, proved fragile in the chaos of real combat. Sky Shield's problems weren't limited to firepower. Mobility was also a major issue. The laser is housed in a massive truck-mounted container, requiring time-consuming setup before it can engage. In a drone swarm scenario, where seconds mean survival, this delay could be deadly. Saudi Arabia realized that Silent Hunter could not operate alone. Lasers couldn't yet replace missiles or even basic jamming systems. Sky Shield was less a ready-made solution and more a proof-of-concept experiment. Ironically, it wasn't futuristic lasers, but electronic warfare that saved Saudi Arabia. The JN-1101 jammer vehicles proved far more effective, bringing down drones by severing communication links rather than burning them out of the sky. In today's drone wars, signal jamming is often cheaper, faster, and more effective than costly, high-energy lasers. This revelation shattered the glossy image of Silent Hunter as a magic bullet and forced Riyadh to reevaluate its strategy. Riyadh has since requested China to overhaul the Sky Shield system for Middle Eastern conditions. Chinese engineers now face a monumental challenge: designing a laser capable of performing reliably in extreme heat, dust storms, and rugged terrain, while countering drone swarms. This experiment has already taught the world 3 critical lessons. Lasers are not a standalone solution. They remain highly vulnerable to environmental factors. Future warfare is multi-layered, and no single system can dominate the battlefield. And the geopolitical implications are significant. Saudi Arabia's decision to buy advanced Chinese weapons signals a shift that alarms Washington and his allies. With this move, Riyadh has made it clear it is willing to pivot toward Beijing for critical defense needs. Silent Hunter's underperformance has raised questions about the credibility of Chinese directed energy weapons in the global market. China has long touted its lasers as a sign of technological supremacy, but Saudi Arabia's experience shows that this tech is still far from battle-ready. Other countries that were considering purchases are now watching closely. Even the US, Russia, and Israel, leaders in directed energy weapon research, struggle with the same problems: environmental interference, energy demands, and system fragility. Saudi Arabia has unintentionally become the world's largest testing ground for combat lasers. Every military power is now analyzing its lessons. Despite these setbacks, Saudi Arabia's experiment may ultimately pave the way for a new generation of directed energy weapons. Lasers have undeniable potential: precision, low cost per shot, and unlimited ammunition as long as there is power. The question is no longer, can lasers work, but when will lasers replace missiles as frontline defense? The Ukraine conflict, Middle Eastern tensions, and the proliferation of drone technology are accelerating this arms race. Saudi Arabia, with all its frustrations, may be laying the foundation for the future of air defense. Lasers are no silver bullet. They cannot yet replace missiles. They cannot yet replace jammers, and they're not a one-stop solution to the drone threat. But Saudi Arabia's bold step marks a new era. Future wars will be decided by those who can seamlessly integrate all technologies, missiles, drones, electronic warfare, and high-energy beams into one cohesive defense system. Riyadh has opened a new chapter in the history of modern warfare. They have shown the world that innovation comes at a steep price. Now all eyes are on the Middle East. If lasers can survive the scorching desert heat, sandstorms, and relentless drone swarms, the battlefields of the 21st century will never be the same.